Chosen one, do not turn away now. Do not even think of skipping ahead. The moment you are in right now is no accident. It is a divine alignment, a cosmic intersection that has led you to this exact point in time. You have arrived at the doorstep of something profound. The truth that has been waiting for you for lifetimes is about to unfold. Take a deep breath. Do you feel it? The weight upon your chest, the pressure within your spirit. That heaviness is not a curse. It is the mark of something extraordinary. It is not the weight of the world pressing down upon you, but the weight of glory. The kind of glory that only those chosen by the divine can carry. The kind of glory that only the brave, the resilient, the unbroken can bear. Chosen one, I need you to focus now. Look at the path you have walked. A path fraught with darkness, with storms, with relentless trials. You have faced immense challenges, tests that should have shattered you, broken you down to nothing. Yet here you stand, standing when others have crumbled, standing when others would have walked away, turned bitter, or lost hope. You are not just standing. You are standing tall, unwavering. Do you feel that within your heart? The truth is, you are no ordinary soul. You see, most people would have given up long ago. They would have turned to bitterness. They would have let the weight of betrayal crush their spirit, the silence from the heavens steal their faith. But not you. You are here. You are still moving forward, even in the absence of clear signs. Even when the world around you seems to fall apart, you stand firm, unyielding. And this endurance, this very strength that courses through your veins, is not of your own making. It is the hand of the divine guiding you, sustaining you through every storm. You may have believed in your weakest moments that God had forgotten you, that he had abandoned you to the void of silence, that the world was against you, and no matter how much you tried to reach out, there was no answer. But listen closely, chosen one. The silence you have felt is not the absence of God. It is his presence, his awe, his wonder at what you have become. Do not let this moment pass without realizing the depth of what I am saying. The silence you hear, the quiet that seems to stretch on endlessly, it is not a sign of God's absence. It is a sign that you have done what no one expected. You have done what others could not do. You have passed through trials that would have destroyed the very spirit of lesser souls. You have confused the enemy, baffled the darkness, and now you have captivated heaven itself. Heaven watches you, chosen one. Heaven has been watching you every step of the way. Do not think for 1 second that you are alone. The silence is not abandonment. It is reverence. Heaven is silent because it is in awe of what you have achieved. Your spirit, your strength, your unwavering will in the face of overwhelming odds has astonished the divine. Think for a moment, chosen one. Think about the obstacles you have faced, the betrayals, the heartbreaks, the moments when you were left standing alone, surrounded by shadows, the times when your heart felt like it was being ripped apart, and yet you kept going. Do you realize now that those moments were not meant to break you? They were meant to refine you. Every trial, every heartbreak was a forging, an alchemy of the soul that has shaped you into the person you are now, a being of divine favor. Your endurance is not just about survival. It is not just about gritting your teeth and pushing forward despite the odds. No, chosen one. This is a victory of the spirit. A victory that cannot be seen with mortal eyes, but can only be understood by the soul. You are not simply surviving. You are thriving. You are becoming something more than what you were. The weight that you feel upon your shoulders, the exhaustion that clings to your bones. It is not a burden to be feared. It is the sign that you have been entrusted with something sacred. something precious. Your ability to stand in the midst of chaos, to remain unbroken when everything around you seems to fall apart, is a rare gift. Most people would have crumbled under the weight of their trials. Most would have given in to despair. But not you. You are a rare being, a divine anomaly in this world. You have defied the expectations of the enemy, of the world, of the very forces that sought to destroy you. Keep your focus, chosen one. Look deep into your heart, into the fire that burns within you. It is a fire that has been kindled by the divine, and it will not be extinguished. The silence you feel is not abandonment. It is the reverence of the heavens, watching in awe as you endure, as you rise higher than ever before. The enemy, who thought they knew your breaking point, has underestimated you. The enemy believed that you would fail, that you would crumble, but instead you have become a beacon of strength and light in a world that so desperately needs it. Now, listen closely. What you are experiencing is not ordinary. This is not a simple trial of strength. What you are carrying is the weight of glory, chosen one. A glory that the world cannot understand. A glory that transcends everything you know. And this glory, this divine weight, is what has brought you to this moment. It is the reason you are here now, reading these words, receiving this transmission. You are standing at the precipice of something profound. Do not turn away. Do not hesitate. This is your moment. The waiting room has closed. The verdict is in. And the divine is about to shift your reality. Keep reading, chosen one. Do not stop. Do not scroll. Do not let this moment pass you by. This is your time. The silence you have felt, the silence that seemed so deafening at times, is not what it seemed. It is not abandonment. It is awe. God Himself is watching you with wonder, marveling at your resilience, your strength, your divine endurance. This is the true test of your spirit. This is what you have been called for. Chosen one, your presence here at this very moment is not an accident. You are meant for greatness. Your soul vibrates with a frequency that has called you to this point. The divine is guiding you, and your endurance has proven you worthy of this calling. Do not let this moment slip away. I want you to take a moment right now and breathe in the truth of this revelation. You are not just a survivor. You are a divine being of strength, resilience, and power. Heaven is in awe of you. The silence is not your punishment. It is the world standing still, waiting for your next move. Now, chosen one, as you stand here in this sacred space, I want you to anchor this energy into your life. Claim this moment. Feel it settle into your being. You are ready. You are prepared. Your spirit has been tempered in the fires of adversity, and now you are poised to rise. Let this be the moment that you step fully into your power. Thank you for being here, chosen one. Your presence is not a coincidence. It is a sign of your high vibration, your divine merit. You are here because you are ready. You are ready to embrace the next step in your journey. Now, I want you to make a powerful declaration. Comment 777 or I am ready below to anchor this energy and this divine luck into your life. Let the universe hear your call. You are ready for what comes next. Take a moment to honor the divine within you. You are not alone. You are surrounded by the divine, by the heavens themselves. And now, you are ready to receive the abundance, the glory, and the divine favor that is waiting for you. Do not turn away now. This is only the beginning. Keep your focus. Keep reading. The journey is far from over, and it is just beginning to unfold. Chosen one, let the weight of this moment sink into your soul. Do not turn away. Do not look for an escape. You are here because you are being molded by forces greater than your understanding. Do not rush forward or look for an easy way out. Stay with me, for this message is not a whisper. It is a divine thunderclap, reverberating across the fabric of your existence. You are standing in a sacred space where time itself bends to witness the transformation that is unfolding within you. You feel it, don't you? That heaviness pressing down upon you deep within your chest. It is a pressure that has made it difficult to breathe at times, that has weighed on your very spirit. It has made you wonder at moments if you are being crushed by the weight of the world itself. But chosen one, I need you to understand something far greater than your circumstances. This weight, this crushing force, is not the burden of the world. No, chosen one, it is the weight of glory. Hear me now. This pressure is not a punishment. It is not the sign of failure or weakness. This weight is divine. It is a trust placed upon your life by the Creator Himself. You have walked through the fire, and in that fire, you have proven your strength. This pressure you feel is not to break you, but to forge you. God has chosen you, chosen one, to carry something monumental. You are being prepared for greatness, and greatness comes with a price. This heaviness is the price. It is the preparation that only the strongest can endure. As the weight presses on you, know this. It is not anxiety or depression that sits in your chest. It is divine preparation. Your heart, once fragile and soft, is being tempered in the furnace of adversity. The pressure is shaping you into something far more magnificent than you can imagine. Every trial you have endured, every moment of silence you have faced, has been the work of the divine, molding you into a vessel capable of carrying great power, great purpose, and great glory. You are being prepared, chosen one. In the stillness, in the quiet, God is not absent. He is here, shaping you. This silence is not the absence of His voice, but the reverence of heaven itself. It is in this silence that your spirit is being refined, your soul being forged into a vessel that can hold the blessings, the responsibilities, and the burdens of the divine calling that is now yours. The silence is not your enemy. It is your crucible. You are standing at a threshold, chosen one, a place where others would falter, where others would break. But you stand. And this is no small thing. The world is accustomed to seeing others crumble under pressure. But you are not like the others. You have chosen endurance. You have chosen faith. And now, you are becoming something extraordinary. Now, I will ask you to look deeply into the depths of your heart. In your most fragile moments, in your most vulnerable spaces, have you chosen mercy over judgment? Have you wielded compassion in the face of betrayal? You have been tested, chosen one, not on your ability to endure pain. That was never the test. The test was not about how much hardship you could take, how much suffering you could withstand. No. The true test lies in how much mercy you can show, even when your soul is wounded, even when your heart aches with a sting of betrayal. It is easy to justify anger, to justify revenge, to justify hatred when the world has wronged you. But, chosen one, the divine asks you for something much greater. You are being called to wield mercy, even in the face of adversity. Can you show compassion when others would strike back? Can you forgive when every fiber of your being longs for retribution? This is the true weight of glory. And this is what God is watching now. The silence you feel? It is God's amazement at your endurance. He is not merely watching to see if you survive. No, He is watching to see if you can rise above your pain, above your suffering, and wield mercy in the face of it. The divine is waiting for you to rise above judgment, to become a beacon of light in a world that is clouded with darkness. This, chosen one, is the path of the true warrior. Not one who strikes in anger, but one who strikes with the power of love and forgiveness. The weight you feel is heavy, but it is not without purpose. You have been chosen for this. You have been chosen because you possess the strength to carry it. But even more than strength, you possess the heart to bear it. This weight is not the end of you. It is the beginning of a new chapter, the beginning of your rise into a higher purpose, a higher calling. Do not resist the weight, chosen one. Do not wish it away. Embrace it. For this is your sacred burden. It is the burden of glory, of divine favor. It is the preparation for the monumental things that are coming into your life. You are being prepared to carry greatness, and greatness is not easily carried. Do not allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the weight, chosen one. Stand tall, stand firm. You were chosen because you are strong enough to bear it. Every time you feel that pressure, every time you feel the heaviness on your chest, know this: it is a sign that you are becoming more. More than what you were yesterday, more than what you ever imagined you could be. You are becoming a vessel capable of holding divine power. You are becoming the very instrument through which the divine will manifest miracles. This weight is the sign that you are on the right path. The silence? It is not abandonment, it is reverence. Heaven is silent because it is watching you, waiting for you to rise even higher. And now, chosen one, as you stand in this moment, I ask you this: can you wield mercy in this silence? Can you rise above the darkness, above the pain, and show mercy to those who have wronged you? For in this, you will find your true power. In this, you will find your divine strength. In this, you will find the glory that you have been prepared to carry. Keep your heart soft. Keep your spirit strong, and know that you are being transformed. You are becoming the very vessel of divine glory. Thank you, chosen one, for staying with me in this moment. Your presence here is no coincidence. You have endured. You have risen. And now, you are ready for the next step in your journey. You are a divine being of immense power, and your endurance has been noticed. This moment, this weight, is the beginning of something far greater. Embrace it, feel it settle into your soul, and know that you are being prepared for the divine mission that lies ahead. Now I ask you, chosen one, to anchor this energy. Comment 777 or I am ready below. For this is the moment you claim your divine birthright. Chosen one, I invite you to stay with me now, for we are about to enter the heart of the trial that you have been undergoing. Do not look away, for the truth of this moment holds the key to everything that has been unfolding in your life. You may have believed that the battle was one of strength, that the test was about how much you could endure, how much you could take. But let me reveal this deeper mystery to you. This journey, this sacred path you walk, is not about your strength at all. It is about your mercy. Mercy, chosen one. That is the true test. The divine challenge before you is not how much you can bear. It is how much mercy you can show when you have the power to destroy. That moment when every fiber of your being, every raw part of your soul screams out for revenge, for retribution, for justice. That is the very moment that reveals who you truly are. It is easy to endure hardship, to weather the storm. It is easy to stand tall when the winds are calm, but to remain soft-hearted in the midst of great pain, to show mercy when every bone in your body tells you to strike back, that, chosen one, is the supernatural power you have been called to wield. You must understand this now. You are not like others. The world teaches us that strength is shown in victory, that power is proven through domination and conquest. But the divine calls you to something far greater, far more profound. The true power of the chosen one does not lie in the sword you carry, but in your ability to withhold it. True strength is shown not in your capacity to destroy, but in your ability to walk away from vengeance.
When you are wronged, when your heart is shattered, when betrayal cuts you deeper than any blade, the true test lies in your ability to choose mercy over retaliation. It is easy to lash out when you are hurt, to strike back when you have been wronged. You have the right to be angry, the right to seek justice. You have every reason to make the one who hurt you suffer as you have suffered. But chosen one, I tell you this, the moment you choose mercy, you align yourself with the divine. Mercy is the divine DNA that pulses through your veins. It is the mark of one who has been chosen, one who has been prepared for greatness. It is in that moment, when you could have struck back, but you chose not to, that you demonstrated your divine nature. Think for a moment, chosen one. Reflect on that time when the pain was so raw, the betrayal so deep, that every thought in your mind screamed for justice. That moment, when you could have sent the message, exposed the secret, taken revenge. You had the power, you had the ammunition. And yet, in that moment, you chose something higher. You chose mercy. You chose to walk away, to remain silent, to let the divine be your avenger. That is the moment when you passed the test. That is when you proved that you were no ordinary soul. Mercy, chosen one, is not weakness. It is divine strength. It is supernatural power. The ability to remain soft-hearted in the face of pain. The ability to forgive when every part of your being cries out for justice. That is the strength that has been placed within you. Do not mistake it for weakness. The world may not understand it. They may tell you that you are a fool, that you are weak for showing mercy. But you know, deep within your soul, that this is the true power of the chosen one. When you chose mercy, you passed a test that many fail. The world teaches us that to forgive is to surrender, that to show mercy is to submit. The chosen one, I tell you this, it is the ultimate act of sovereignty. When you show mercy, you become like the divine. You become a co-creator with God, demonstrating the highest form of power, the power to forgive, the power to release the grip of anger and hatred that would have destroyed you, the power to rise above the lower frequencies of revenge and embrace the divine frequency of love and compassion. It is easy to endure suffering, chosen one, but the true challenge is to hold on to your mercy in the midst of it, to keep your heart soft when the world around you is hard, to refuse to let bitterness take root in your soul, to reject the call of vengeance, and instead choose the higher path of grace and forgiveness. This is the test that has been set before you. And in passing it, you have aligned yourself with the divine, with the very force that holds the universe together. When you chose mercy, you demonstrated that you are capable of handling the divine assignment that is upon your life. This is no small thing, chosen one. You have been entrusted with great power, and that power is not in your ability to destroy, but in your ability to heal, to restore, to forgive. You are being prepared for something monumental. But before you can step into that divine purpose, you must first pass the test of mercy. You must show that you can hold the weight of glory, that you can endure hardship, but more importantly, that you can wield mercy when the world tells you to strike back. And now, chosen one, I ask you to reflect on this truth. Can you forgive when the pain is deep? Can you choose mercy even when you have every right to seek revenge? Can you remain soft-hearted when the world demands hardness? For it is in these moments that you will truly know who you are. You are a divine being, a vessel for the divine. And the divine is watching you, waiting to see if you can wield mercy over judgment, love over hate, forgiveness over retaliation. You have been prepared for this, chosen one. You have endured the tests. You have borne the weight of glory. And now, you must rise to the next level of your divine calling. The test of mercy is the final hurdle before you step fully into your purpose. It is not about your strength. It is about your heart. It is about the choices you make when the world would have you act in anger. It is about the ability to remain soft, to show love, to forgive. And as you rise above the darkness, as you choose mercy over vengeance, you will be ready for the divine assignment that has been entrusted to you. This is your moment, chosen one. The test is not over yet, but you are closer than you have ever been to fulfilling your highest calling. Keep your heart soft, your spirit strong, and remember, mercy is the true power. You are not just a survivor, chosen one. You are a divine being, and your power is not in what you can destroy, but in what you can heal. Chosen one, do not turn your gaze now. Do not let your thoughts wander, for this chapter is the key to understanding the true depth of divine power that flows within you. You may have been taught that power lies in victory, that it is found in the act of defeating your enemies, in the final crushing blow that silences all opposition. But I tell you, chosen one, true power does not lie in the destruction of your enemies. It lies in the restraint you show when you have every right to destroy them. This is the paradox that you must understand, the secret that will elevate you from survivor to sovereign. To grasp this, we must turn to the ancient story of King David, the man after God's own heart, the warrior who stood in the wilderness of En-Gedi, faced with a moment that would define his destiny. Do not think of this as a mere story, chosen one. Picture yourself in this moment. Feel the weight of the decision, the gravity of the situation. This is not just history. This is a living, breathing truth that calls out to you now. David, in the wilderness, was hunted, pursued by Saul, the very king he had once served with unwavering loyalty. The wilderness was dark, cold, and barren, a place where the soul could easily be lost. Saul had turned against David, jealous of his anointing, fearful of his rising power. And now, David stood in a cave, hiding from the very man he had once trusted. Saul, in his arrogance and pursuit of vengeance, stumbled upon the very cave where David and his men were concealed. Saul, vulnerable, alone, unaware of the danger that loomed over him. The situation was perfect, chosen one. This was the moment that cried out for action, for retribution. The king who sought David's life was now within reach, his fate hanging in the balance. Do not think for a moment that David was powerless in this moment. No, chosen one. He had the power to end Saul's life, to take the throne by force, to strike down the man who had betrayed him. His men, those loyal to him, urged him on. "This is the day," they said. "The Lord has delivered your enemy into your hands." They could feel the heat of justice burning in their veins. The moment had arrived. Saul was within David's grasp. And yet, in that moment, David did something that defied all logic. He did the unthinkable. He spared Saul's life. He did not strike. He did not kill. Instead, he chose mercy. In a move that sent shockwaves through the heavens and stunned the warriors who stood by his side, David crept forward and cut a corner from Saul's robe, a symbolic act that could have meant the end of Saul's reign. But David did not kill. He did not seize power. Instead, he demonstrated restraint, an act of mercy that would echo through the ages. The Davidic Paradox had been born. Now listen carefully, chosen one. In this moment, David demonstrated the true nature of divine power. It was not in the act of destruction, but in the act of restraint. True strength lies not in annihilation, but in the power to choose mercy, even when you have the power to destroy. This is the paradox that the divine asks you to embody. In a world that tells you to fight back, to defend your honor, to seek vengeance when wronged, the divine calls you to rise above the noise, above the chaos, and to choose mercy. It is in this choice, in this higher path, that you will find true power. Do not mistake this, chosen one. Mercy is not weakness. It is not an act of surrender. It is an act of sovereignty, an act that only the truly powerful can perform. When you choose mercy, you wield the strength of a king. You wield the strength of the divine. David, in sparing Saul, did not lose his position. No, chosen one. He secured it. By choosing mercy, he demonstrated the strength that would make him worthy to rule. It was not through bloodshed or conquest that David rose to the throne, but through the power of restraint. This is the divine strategy, the secret that will elevate you to new heights, just as it did for David. I want you to feel this truth deep in your soul, chosen one. You have been placed in situations where your heart has been wounded, where the betrayal has cut deep, where you have been wronged. In those moments, the world will tell you to fight back, to claim your justice, to let your anger and hurt fuel your actions. But I ask you this, can you rise above it? Can you choose mercy when everything within you tells you to strike back? David's story is not just a tale of ancient kings. It is a living blueprint for your life, chosen one. You are called to the same higher path, to the same divine calling. The strength you seek is not in destroying your enemies, but in the power to withhold the sword. The true test is in showing mercy when you have every reason to retaliate, and by doing so, you will secure your place in the kingdom, not just in the world to come, but in the life you are creating here and now. But this choice, chosen one, comes with a price. Mercy is not always understood by others. The world may question your decision to forgive, to walk away from vengeance. They may call you weak. They may tell you that you have been taken advantage of. But you know the truth, don't you? You know that the true power lies not in destruction, but in restraint. And as you embrace this truth, you will be elevated, just as David was. Feel the weight of this, chosen one. You are being called to a higher place, to a place of divine authority. This paradox, the choice to show mercy when you have the power to destroy, is the strategy that will carry you into your divine promotion. It will bring you closer to your true purpose, your divine destiny. Now, chosen one, I ask you to reflect. The next time you are faced with an enemy, the next time you feel the sting of betrayal, I ask you, can you choose mercy? Can you choose to walk away, to release the anger and bitterness that would only bind you to your past? Can you wield the true power that comes with restraint? This is the test, the Davidic Paradox. And in passing it, you will secure your place as a sovereign, a king or queen in your own right, standing tall in the divine kingdom. You must trust this process, chosen one. You are being molded, refined,
just as David was. It is not the path of destruction that will bring you closer to your calling, but the path of mercy. This is your true strength, and this is the divine path you must walk. You will rise, not by tearing others down, but by building your spirit, by showing mercy, and by embracing the divine strategy that has been set before you. Thank you for staying with me in this sacred space, Chosen One. Your presence here is not by chance. It is a sign of your readiness, your divine merit. You are prepared for this higher calling. Your soul vibrates with the energy of mercy, and you are now being prepared for your divine promotion. I invite you to anchor this truth into your life now. Comment 777 or I am ready below to claim the energy of this divine paradox, to step fully into your sovereignty. This is your time. The Davidic Paradox is not just David's story. It is yours now. Chosen One, listen closely now. There is a code, a divine protocol that governs the highest levels of spiritual warfare. It is not merely a suggestion or a passing thought. No, Chosen One. This protocol is a spiritual law, a sacred pattern that, when followed, opens the door to the divine promotion that you have been called to receive. The path you are walking, the battles you are fighting, require more than just strength. They require mastery over the highest spiritual truths. These truths, these divine moves, are what will elevate you from survival to sovereignty. Do not turn your head away now. Do not scroll. The journey you are about to embark on will transform your very understanding of power, victory, and divine authority. What you are about to learn will shape the rest of your life. Pay attention, because this sacred wisdom will prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. There are 3 sacred moves that you must make, 3 divine actions that will signal your readiness to ascend to the highest realms of spiritual authority. These are not just actions to be performed in a moment of trial. They are the foundation upon which you will build your divine legacy. Each move will shift your reality and align you with your true purpose. The first move, Chosen One, is the sovereign silence. Yes, silence. You may think that silence is passive, that it is the absence of power, but the divine tells you otherwise. Silence, when used properly, is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. When accusations are hurled at you, when lies are spread, when the world calls you to explain, to defend yourself, the greatest strength you can demonstrate is silence. Sovereign silence is not a silence born of fear. It is not the silence of avoidance or cowardice. It is the silence of a sovereign, one who knows their power so deeply that they do not need to explain or justify themselves. Imagine, Chosen One, standing in the presence of those who seek to accuse you, those who want you to react, to defend your name, your honor. And yet, you remain silent. You do not engage. You do not lower yourself to their level. This is your first move, to choose silence. When you remain silent, you signal to the universe that you do not need to fight in the way the world fights. You are a sovereign, and the only voice you need is the voice of the divine. In this silence, you are inviting the divine to be your advocate, your defender. And let me tell you this, Chosen One, the divine has never lost a case. Do not underestimate this move. It is a move of immense power. The enemy will try to provoke you, to bait you into a battle of words. But remember, when you choose sovereign silence, you are saying, I do not need your approval. I do not need to defend myself. I stand in the truth of who I am, and that is enough. This silence will shake the foundations of the spiritual realms, and it will mark the beginning of your true ascension. Now, Chosen One, we move to the second move, the table. The table is a sacred space, a divine strategy that will change the way you engage with the world. In Psalm 23:5, it is written, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies."
The enemies are still there. They are watching. But this table is a place where you do not fight. You do not engage in conflict. Instead, you sit and you feast. At the table, you focus on your growth, your success, and your divine mission. This table is where you elevate yourself. It is a place of nourishment and abundance. You are invited to partake in the blessings that the divine has set before you, even while your enemies remain in the room. Chosen one, imagine this. You're sitting at the table, surrounded by those who have tried to bring you down, who have sought to destroy your reputation, who have made you feel invisible. And yet, instead of fighting them, instead of seeking revenge or even defending yourself, you focus on your divine purpose. You concentrate on the blessings that are being poured into your life, on the work that is unfolding, on the divine assignment that is being manifested before you. This move is one of the most profound forms of spiritual warfare. You are showing the universe that you do not need to engage in petty conflict. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You simply focus on your assignment, your mission, and your growth. Your success becomes the greatest form of resistance. As you focus on your divine purpose, your enemies are forced to watch, and in the end, they will be powerless to stop your rise. This is the divine strategy of the table. The third and final move, chosen one, is the most powerful of all, the blessing. It is easy to bless those who love you, those who support you, those who wish you well. But the true power lies in blessing those who have wronged you, those who have tried to hurt you, those who have betrayed you. This move is not just a casual act of kindness. No, chosen one, it is a divine weapon. When you bless those who curse you, when you release those who have wronged you, you are sending a message to the universe and to the spiritual realm. You are saying, I do not need to carry the weight of anger, hatred, or bitterness. I choose to release this burden and walk in the freedom of forgiveness. To bless someone who has wronged you is to break the spiritual chains that tie you to the past. It is to sever the hold that the enemy has on your life. When you bless your enemies, you not only release them from judgment, but you free yourself as well. You open the door for divine healing, for transformation. You allow the divine to take control of the situation, to heal the wounds that have been inflicted upon you. This is the move of the sovereign. It is the ultimate demonstration of your divine authority. It is the act that transforms you from a survivor into a sovereign, from one who is bound by the chains of bitterness and anger to one who is free to walk in divine purpose and peace. When you bless your enemies, you become a vessel for divine grace, and you unlock the power to shift your reality in ways that cannot be explained by human logic.
Chosen one, these three moves, silence, the table, and the blessing, are the divine protocol that will elevate you to your rightful place. They are not easy moves. They require great strength, great faith, and a deep understanding of the power that flows through you. But by mastering these moves, you will shift your reality. You will move from survival to sovereignty, from victim to victor. Now, chosen one, I ask you to reflect on these moves. Can you choose silence when the world demands an answer? Can you sit at the table, focusing on your divine purpose, even when your enemies surround you? Can you bless those who have hurt you, releasing them into the hands of the divine? These moves will shape your life, your destiny, and your divine assignment. They will signal to the universe that you are ready for the divine promotion that awaits you. You are not just surviving, chosen one. You are becoming a sovereign. And this is the path to your greatness. Thank you for staying with me in this sacred space, chosen one. Your presence here is not by chance. It is a sign of your high vibration, your readiness for the next step in your divine journey. You are prepared for this higher calling. Your soul vibrates with the energy of the divine protocol, and you are now stepping into your destiny. I invite you to anchor this divine truth into your life now. Comment 777 or I am ready below, and let this energy flow into your life. You are ready to move from survivor to sovereign. The divine promotion is yours. Chosen one, do not let your mind wander now. Do not let the distractions of the world pull your attention away. This moment is sacred. This lesson is crucial. You are about to learn the true power of silence. Not just any silence, but the sovereign silence. A silence that will elevate you to a level of divine authority that the world cannot understand. This is not a silence born of fear or timidity. This is the silence of a sovereign. The silence of one who knows their power, their purpose, and their position in the divine plan. Do not scroll past this. Do not brush this aside as just another teaching. Pay close attention because this truth, this divine insight, will shift the way you approach every trial, every accusation, every attack that comes your way. This silence is not a passive response to life's challenges. It is an active demonstration of your faith, your confidence, and your trust in the divine. Let us begin by understanding this sacred truth. Sovereign silence is different from the silence of fear. When the world demands an explanation, when the enemy tries to provoke you, the silence of fear is the kind of silence that comes from a place of insecurity, doubt, and a lack of trust in the outcome. It is the silence of one who is paralyzed, unsure of what will happen next, afraid to speak because they fear the consequences. But chosen one, that is not the silence you are called to. The sovereign silence is a silence rooted in confidence. Confidence in who you are. Confidence in your divine purpose. Confidence in the unshakable truth that you do not need to defend yourself because the outcome has already been determined by the divine. I ask you, chosen one, to reflect on the moment when Jesus stood before Pilate. The accusations were heavy, the judgment was unjust, and yet Jesus chose silence. He did not argue, he did not defend himself, he did not plead for his innocence. Instead, he stood in complete silence, unwavering in his confidence that the divine would have the final word. He knew that his mission was not to win an argument, but to fulfill the divine plan. His silence was not weakness, it was divine strength, strength under perfect control. And that silence, chosen one, became a powerful act that reverberated throughout all of creation. Just as Jesus stood silent before Pilate, so too must you choose to remain silent in the face of accusations, false judgments, and unjust criticism. When the world tries to label you, when others misunderstand your intentions, when your character is called into question, do not feel the need to explain yourself. The sovereign silence is the mark of one who knows that their vindication is not their responsibility. It is the responsibility of the divine. Think of this now, chosen one. The world will often try to pull you into conflict, to drag you into arguments, to demand that you defend yourself. The enemy will whisper that you must explain, that you must argue your case, that you must prove your worth. But the divine response is different. The divine calls you to stand in sovereign silence. This silence forces God to be your defender. And let me tell you this, chosen one. God has never lost a case. The divine is your advocate, your shield, your protector. When you allow yourself to remain silent, you are signaling to heaven that you trust in God's ability to vindicate you. You trust in His timing, His wisdom, and His ultimate authority over your life. Do not let this truth slip through your fingers. When you remain silent, you are demonstrating that you are not operating from the chaos of human conflict, but from a place of divine authority. You are telling the universe, I do not need to fight in the way the world fights. I am not bound by human logic, human judgment, or human standards. I operate from a higher place, a place of divine purpose and divine protection. Imagine, chosen one, the power that resides in this silence. The world will see it as weakness. They will question your silence, thinking that you are powerless, that you have no answer. But in reality, it is the silence of power. It is the silence that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. It is the silence of one who has already won the battle in the spiritual realm, even before the physical battle has begun. You are being called to a higher standard, chosen one. The world will try to pull you into petty arguments, into defending your name, your reputation, your position. But the sovereign silence calls you to rise above all of that. You do not need to defend yourself. You do not need to explain. You need only to remain confident in the outcome, knowing that the divine will have the final say. This, chosen one, is not a passive act. The sovereign silence is an active choice, a deliberate decision to refuse the call of the world to engage in its chaos. It is a powerful act of faith. Every time you choose silence instead of retaliation, you are telling the divine, I trust you. I trust that you will fight for me. I trust that you will vindicate me in your perfect timing. When you resist the urge to argue, to defend yourself, you are showing heaven that you trust in God's ability to defend you. You are standing in alignment with the divine plan, knowing that every word you speak, every action you take, is guided by a higher purpose. This is strength under control, chosen one. This is divine authority. And now, as you step into this divine silence, remember this. The silence you offer is not empty. It is filled with divine power. It is not a void, but a powerful declaration that you are not bound by the limitations of this world. You are a sovereign, operating from a place of divine authority. You are no longer a victim, chosen one. You are no longer bound by the expectations and judgments of others. You are a child of the divine, standing in your full power, unshaken by the noise and chaos of the world. The sovereign silence is the proof of this power. So I ask you, chosen one, will you choose silence? Will you stand firm in your confidence, knowing that the divine has already gone before you? Will you trust that God will defend you, vindicate you, and honor you in ways that far exceed anything you could accomplish on your own? This is your moment, chosen one. The power of sovereign silence is available to you now. Do not be afraid. Do not shrink back. Stand firm. Choose silence. And in doing so, you will step into the divine authority that is your birthright. Thank you, chosen one, for staying with me in this sacred space. Your presence here is no accident. It is a sign of your high vibration, your divine readiness. You are prepared to walk in the power of sovereign silence. To anchor this divine truth into your life, I ask you to comment 777 or I am ready below. You are now prepared to stand in silence, knowing that the divine will speak for you, defend you, and elevate you to your rightful place. Chosen one, you must pay close attention now. This lesson is a divine strategy that will unlock a level of power and authority in your life that you have not yet fully understood. I am about to reveal to you a profound truth, one that will forever change the way you approach the challenges and battles that lie ahead. This truth is not about fighting the enemy with your own hands, but about focusing on your divine assignment with unwavering trust in the divine's ability to handle your adversaries. This truth is the power of the table. Psalm 23:5 declares, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Chosen one, let that verse settle into your soul. The table that God prepares for you is not just a place of comfort. It is a strategy, a divine strategy for advancement, for growth, and for promotion. This table is where you are called to focus not on the conflict around you, but on the blessings and opportunities that the divine has prepared for you. It is a place where you do not engage with your enemies, but instead, you feast on the abundance that God has set before you. This is where the power of the table begins to manifest. Imagine it now. The table is set, and the enemy is present. They are still there, watching, waiting for you to stumble, hoping you'll be distracted by the chaos they have tried to create in your life. But you, chosen one, you are no longer distracted by the fight. You are no longer consumed by the noise and the drama. You have been called to something higher. You have been called to sit at the table. When you sit at the table, you are not engaged in battle. You are not striving or struggling. You are feasting on the divine provision that God has prepared for you. The blessings, the growth, the opportunities, all of them are before you, laid out in abundance. And the enemy, though present, is powerless to stop you. They watch, helpless, as you thrive. They see you prospering in their very presence, and there is nothing they can do about it. This is the divine strategy, chosen one. While your enemies may still be in the room, they can no longer dictate your actions. They can no longer control your progress. You have learned the most powerful form of spiritual warfare: to focus on your divine purpose, to direct all your energy and attention on the blessings that God has placed before you. When you do this, when you focus solely on your divine assignment, you allow God to take care of your enemies for you. You place the burden of vengeance in His hands, knowing that He is the true defender, the one who will fight for you when you need Him most. The table is not a place of weakness, chosen one. It is a place of incredible power. It is a place of divine acceleration, where you experience rapid growth and progress in the midst of adversity. It is the greatest form of revenge, because while the enemy may have expected your downfall, while they may have hoped to see you stumble, instead, they are forced to watch you rise. They are forced to watch you flourish in the face of their attacks, and in their presence, you are blessed. This, chosen one, is the secret of divine acceleration. It is the strategy of thriving in the face of adversity. When you sit at the table, you are declaring to the universe that you are not bound by the limitations of your circumstances. You are not defined by the actions of your enemies. You are defined by your divine purpose, your divine assignment, and your trust in the one who has called you to this moment. Let the enemy watch. Let them see you prosper. Let them witness your growth. They may try to disrupt your peace, to throw obstacles in your path, but when you focus on the blessings that God has prepared for you, you will find that nothing can stop your progress. The enemy cannot steal what God has already ordained for you. No matter how hard they try, they cannot take away the feast that has been set before you. And here is the greatest part of this strategy, chosen one. When you focus on your divine assignment, when you remain fixed on the blessings that God has provided, you allow the divine to do the work that you cannot. God will handle your enemies for you. He will defend your honor. He will protect your reputation, and He will ensure that you rise, no matter the circumstances. Your part is to focus on the table, to feast on the abundance, and to trust in His divine plan. The table is the place where you are reminded that you are not alone. It is the place where you are nourished, where you are strengthened, and where you are equipped for the journey ahead. It is the place where you are prepared for the divine promotion that is coming. Your enemies may still be in the room, but they no longer have any power over you. Your focus is no longer on them. Your focus is on the divine provision that is before you. So, chosen one, when the storms of life rage, when the enemies surround you, Do not be tempted to fight back with the same weapons they use. Instead, sit at the table. Feast on the abundance. Focus on the divine assignment that has been set before you, and watch as your enemies are forced to witness your rise. Watch as they see you thriving in the midst of adversity. For this, chosen one, is the greatest form of revenge. To prosper, to grow, and to rise higher than ever before in the presence of those who once sought your destruction. Thank you for staying with me in this sacred space, chosen one. Your presence here is not by chance. You are destined for greatness. You are ready for this divine strategy, and the table is set before you. Your enemies may still be present, but you are no longer moved by them. You are moved by your purpose, your blessings, and your divine calling. To anchor this truth into your life, I invite you to comment 777 or I am ready below. Let the energy of the table flow into your life and know that the feast is prepared. Your rise is inevitable. Chosen one, take a deep breath now. What you are about to learn is the ultimate move in the divine protocol, the final key to unlocking your divine assignment, your true power. This move is not for the faint of heart, for it requires a level of spiritual maturity that goes beyond human understanding. But let me tell you this, it is the most powerful weapon you will ever wield. It is the move that will set you free and position you for divine promotion. I speak of the power of blessing your enemies. Yes, chosen one, blessing those who have wronged you, blessing those who have hurt you, betrayed you, or caused you pain. This, the world will tell you, is foolishness. It will call it weakness. But I tell you, this is divine strength, and it is a weapon so powerful that it sends confusion into the enemy's camp. This is not a mere act of kindness. This is a spiritual maneuver that shifts the very foundations of the spiritual realm. The world will tell you to curse those who curse you. It will tell you to fight back when someone strikes you, to seek revenge when you are wronged. That is the natural human response, to meet hate with hate, to meet betrayal with anger. But, chosen one, this is not the way of the divine. This is not the way of those who walk in their true power. The true way, the divine way, is to bless your enemies. Now I know this may feel counterintuitive. In the face of betrayal, in the moment of deepest pain, it may seem impossible, even wrong, to bless those who have hurt you. Every fiber of your being will scream for justice. Every part of your soul will long to make them feel the weight of their actions. The chosen one, when you bless them, you release a frequency of love and light that the enemy cannot comprehend. You release a force into the spiritual realm that confuses the enemy's camp. When you bless those who curse you, you are sending a message to the enemy that they do not understand. You are sending a wave of divine energy that disrupts their plans, that disarms their attacks. The enemy expects you to retaliate, to hold on to bitterness, to seek revenge. But when you bless them instead, you break the spiritual tether that keeps you bound to their dysfunction. You refuse to engage with the negativity they have sent your way. You refuse to allow their actions to define your response. You, chosen one, are operating from a place of divine authority, and the enemy cannot fight that. Blessing your enemies is a divine weapon that breaks the chains of bitterness, anger, and resentment. When you bless those who have wronged you, you are no longer bound by the grip of their actions. You release yourself from the spiritual prison of unforgiveness. And in doing so, you allow the divine to step in and do the work that only God can do. This act of blessing is not just for the benefit of the one who has wronged you. It is also for your own freedom. When you bless, you release the power of forgiveness, not just toward the one who hurt you, but also towards yourself. You free yourself from the grip of bitterness. You release the weight of the past, the hurt that has been holding you down. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you, chosen one. It is about reclaiming your peace, your joy. It is about choosing to operate from a higher frequency, a frequency of love and light, rather than from the low vibration of anger and resentment. When you bless, you are choosing to rise above the chaos, to rise above the conflict, and to step into the divine authority that has been placed within you. By blessing them, you unlock God's redemptive work in your life, chosen one. It is through blessing your enemies that you open the door for God to move in ways that you cannot even imagine. The act of blessing releases divine grace, and it is through grace that transformation happens. It is through grace that healing comes. It is through grace that you will see the power of forgiveness work not only in your life, but also in the lives of those who have wronged you. In blessing, you align yourself with the heart of God, with the very nature of the divine. You demonstrate that you are not operating from human emotions, from ego, or from the desire for revenge. You are operating from the place of divine love. You are choosing to let go of the lower frequencies that keep you bound to the past, and you are embracing the higher frequency of love and compassion that allows you to move forward in divine power. This is the power of blessing your enemies, chosen one. It is a weapon that shifts the spiritual realm. It is the ultimate act of sovereignty, the ultimate declaration of your divine authority. When you bless, you declare that you are not a victim of your circumstances, that you are not bound by the hurt that others have caused you. You declare that you are free, that you are operating from the place of divine victory. I know that in your heart you desire justice. You desire to see those who have hurt you pay for their actions. But I tell you, chosen one, that divine justice is far more powerful than any form of revenge you could ever seek. When you bless, you release the power of divine justice into the world. And divine justice is always perfect. It is always redemptive. It will work in ways that you cannot understand, but it will work in your favor. It will free you from the chains of the past, and it will bring healing both to you and to those who have wronged you. So, chosen one, I ask you now, can you bless those who have hurt you? Can you choose to release the power of forgiveness, even when your heart longs for justice? Can you choose to rise above the pain, above the hurt, and bless those who have wronged you? This is the divine call that you are being asked to answer. It is the greatest weapon you can wield. It is the key to unlocking God's redemptive work in your life and in the lives of those around you. It is the key to freeing yourself from the grip of bitterness and stepping into the full power of your divine assignment. Thank you, chosen one, for staying with me in this sacred space. Your presence here is no accident. You are ready for this divine weapon. Your soul is prepared to bless, to forgive, and to rise above the past. You are ready to operate in the fullness of divine love and power. To anchor this truth into your life, I invite you to comment 777 or I am ready below. Let this divine weapon flow through you. Let the power of blessing your enemies transform your life. You are free, chosen one. The blessing is the key. Chosen one, you have activated the divine protocol and you have stepped onto a higher path, a path of divine authority and spiritual sovereignty. But do not be deceived. The enemy will not stand by idly. No, chosen one. The kingdom of darkness is a kingdom of opposition, and it will not let go of its hold on you without a fight. You have made a powerful declaration by choosing silence, by sitting at the table, and by blessing your enemies. But with every divine move you make, the enemy will launch a counteroffensive. It will test your resolve, your faith, and your commitment to the divine path.
Listen to me now, Chosen One. The enemy knows that it cannot defeat you when you operate from a place of divine power. It knows that when you follow the divine protocol, you are a force to be reckoned with. So, the enemy will launch its strategic attacks, its counterstrikes, designed not to break you, but to pull you back into the old patterns, the old habits, the old ways of fighting that you have left behind. These counterattacks are designed to trigger your ego, to draw you into conflict, to make you question the path you have chosen. Do not be surprised when they come. Do not be alarmed. These attacks are not a sign of failure, but a sign that you are on the right path. The enemy only fights those who threaten its kingdom, and your divine rise, Chosen One, is a threat to everything it stands for. The more you walk in divine authority, the more it will attempt to derail your progress, to provoke you, to bait you into a conflict that will draw you away from your divine assignment. Expect these counterattacks. They may come in many forms: insults, disrespect, manipulation. People may try to test your patience, push your buttons, make you feel small or insignificant. You may be tempted to defend yourself, to react, to give in to the urge to fight back in the way you once would have. The enemy will use whatever it can to stir up conflict, whether through the words of others, through situations designed to humiliate or provoke, or through internal struggles meant to distract you from your true purpose. But do not be fooled, Chosen One. These are not just random bad days. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual traps. They are bait, carefully placed to lure you back into old ways, into patterns of conflict and revenge. The enemy wants to see if you will respond from your ego, from your woundedness, from your need to be right or justified. It wants to see if you will break the divine protocol and step back into the fight, back into the realm of human conflict. Recognize them for what they are, Chosen One. Traps designed to derail your progress. They are not a reflection of your failure. No, they are a reflection of your success. The enemy only launches such attacks when it sees that you are advancing, when it sees that you are moving forward on your divine path. So, when these counter-strikes come, do not be discouraged. Do not think that you have failed or that you have lost the battle. They are simply tests. Tests to see if you will stay on the path. Tests to see if you will continue to operate from your place of spiritual authority. Now, Chosen One, I want you to understand this. The way to defeat these counterattacks is not by engaging with them. The way to defeat them is to resist the urge to fight back in the old ways. Do not engage in gossip. Do not engage in self-righteousness. Do not allow your ego to take the reins and lead you back into a battle that has already been won. Do not waste your energy on defending yourself, on justifying your actions, on reacting to the provocations that come your way. Instead, I ask you to do what you know to be true. Remain silent. Stay at the table. Continue to bless. This is your response, Chosen One. This is your divine weapon. When you refuse to engage in the battle, when you refuse to play by the enemy's rules, you maintain your spiritual authority. You remain above the conflict, and in doing so, you neutralize the enemy's power. The enemy cannot fight what it cannot reach. It cannot fight someone who refuses to play its game. By staying at the table, focusing on your divine assignment, and continuing to bless those who seek to harm you, you send a clear message to the enemy. You send a message that you are not moved by its attacks. You send a message that your divine purpose is stronger than any provocation. You send a message that you trust the divine to handle your enemies, to vindicate you, and to promote you in ways that go beyond the reach of human conflict. And here is the key, Chosen One.
Every time you resist the urge to engage, every time you choose to remain silent, to stay at the table, and to bless instead of curse, you are moving forward on your path of divine promotion. You are advancing, even when it seems like the enemy is attacking. You are growing, even in the face of adversity. You are being refined, just as gold is refined in the fire. The counterattacks are not a sign that you are losing. They are a sign that you are winning, and the enemy is desperate to pull you back into the fight. This is the spiritual law that governs your life now, chosen one. Every time you choose to respond with the divine protocol, you move closer to your destiny. Every time you remain silent, stay at the table, and continue to bless, you maintain your position of spiritual authority. Every time you resist the bait, you break free from the traps the enemy has set for you. You are walking a sacred path, chosen one. You are being prepared for divine promotion. The counterattacks of the enemy may come, but they are no match for the power you wield. You are not a survivor of conflict. You are a sovereign who operates from divine authority. You are not bound by the old patterns of the world. You are free, and no attack can steal that freedom. So, chosen one, I ask you now, when the counterattacks come, and they will you remain silent? Will you stay at the table, focused on your divine purpose? Will you continue to bless, even when it feels counterintuitive, even when your ego wants to fight back? This is your call to action. This is your divine path. And as you continue to walk in it, the enemy will grow weaker and weaker, while your divine authority grows stronger and stronger. You will rise, chosen one, not by fighting, but by staying rooted in your spiritual power and your divine purpose. Thank you for remaining here with me, chosen one. Your presence is a sign that you are ready for the next level of your journey. You are being equipped to handle everything that comes your way. You are prepared for divine promotion. To anchor this truth into your life, I invite you to comment 777 or I am ready below. Let this energy flow into your life as you continue to walk in divine power. You are not just surviving. You are a sovereign, and your promotion is inevitable.